Others, sisters, holy shit, my headband is falling off. And others, I'm fucking back, alright? And this time, I'm telling you guys why children make fun of each other and why you may have, holy shit, my hair, been made fun of as a child, alright? Now, before we say anything, I gotta tell you guys something. Uh, I was one of those children. It was every fucking day. And it was every fucking one. Back then, okay? When I was in elementary school, it was me versus 95% of the school, basically. There are memories that I have of entire, like, classes of people, like the entire grade, not really the entire grade, but like all of the people at recess chasing me down. All of them. Every single one. And I'm well aware of the effects that it has, and that it's not the easiest thing to accept to have happened in your life and to accept about your existence. And a lot of people brush it off and say, well, kids are fucking assholes, kids are fucking mean, and that's why they make fun of each other. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the truth. That is not the truth at all. Kids are not mean. Kids are not evil or violent or whatever by nature, okay? Kids are learning the game. Kids are learning the game of navigating the social hierarchies. We are a social species. And implicitly, intrinsically, we are biologically pulled towards climbing up this social hierarchy or maintaining a spot that is safe on that hierarchy and trying to get out of places that are unsafe on that hierarchy, okay? We're social. That's the whole thing. And our rank matters. A rank is a very important part of who we are as a person. Alright? This is because of all that evolution bullshit. Alright? It's not bullshit, obviously. But I had this flash of insight today that yes, this is just an easy strategy. Making fun of somebody is, and pushing someone down so that you can be up, is an easy, simple strategy that anybody would just be like, oh, I know, that's the first thing I would think of. If I had to do this thing, this is like an easy way to do that. I just gotta be on top, right? So I gotta push other people down. And then guess what happens? Every single all of the social hierarchies are built around these obvious, easy to grab strategies, right? It's kind of like when you play Super Smash Bros. And you got fucking Kirby floating above everybody, turning into a rock, and falling on somebody and killing them. Like, it's the easy, simple strategy. Or playing Pikachu and spamming down B or some shit like that, okay? It's simple. It's the meta. If you're a child, because you don't know any better. So that becomes the norm. So really, it's about who reaches for the easy strategy first. And how it forms around that. Or how everything else in that social environment forms around those strategies, okay? So you were only really made fun of because it was easy. Because it was the easy way to get ahead. Sometimes it's easier for some kids to reach for that strategy than others, especially if they live in a bad environment, or maybe due to some deficiencies. Or maybe they're just so smart that they aren't really thinking about the fact that this, maybe they're more of a, like a super intelligent person that doesn't really think about the consequences of their actions. Maybe that's what the sort of core nature of this child. But regardless, that alongside the fact that there's no need to sugarcoat anything because everything that goes through that person's mind is just sort of coming out in an unfiltered way, because there aren't those niceties or anything that we have in our regular adult lives. But anyways, so that's the reason why you were made fun of. It is not because you are wrong, it's not because you are broken, it's because making fun of people is an easy ass strategy, and making fun of the guy who everybody's making fun of is also an easy strategy. Okay? And especially making fun of them in a way that everybody else is making fun of them in. There was an entire fucking meme, like literally made to piss me off in my school, in my elementary school. Like, and this was my entire life in elementary school, was having to put up with this shit. Of course, in high school, I eventually was able to just accept the whole situation and not take it very seriously. Like, some kid walked up to me and he was like, "Oh yeah," because I was a Sonic fan back then in the day, a real genuine Sonic fan back in like 2010, all right, or like the early, the late like era between 2000 and 2010, like 2005 to 2010 kind of era. A genuine, real, organic Sonic fan, like growing straight out of the fucking ground like a vegetable, okay? And a lot of people didn't fuck with that. So they were fucking, because this was the era of like Sonic '06, and they're like, bro fell off. And then all the kids are talking about, oh yeah, you guys hear about that terrible Sonic game they released. And then for like the next 7 or so years, everybody teased about fucking Sonic sucking and falling off and being terrible. In fact, they've still been doing that up to probably maybe like 2018, 2019. But anyways, yeah, it was like that. I mean, that's what it was back then. Um, there was a whole meme dedicated to pissing me off, and everybody was in on it. And so I trust me, I know what it's like to be made fun of. I know that sucks, but you just have to accept that that's how the game was played back then, and the way the game was played is terrible. And maybe we should change that. Maybe we should make it easier for other strategies to arise in this early meta of childhood development, social hierarchies in childhood development. Okay, but that's probably for some super expert. Okay, some super pediatric expert. Okay, to figure out. But that's all I have for you guys. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not particularly, you're not a bad person for being made fun of, or you didn't deserve it. That's another thing. You didn't deserve to be treated that way. It's not the way the world was supposed to be, in the sense that, like, you know, you as an individual is supposed to be followed around for the rest of your existence, being tormented by people, or called certain names, or spoken to in such an offensive way. The fact of the matter is, you got the wrong end of the stick in a situation that was unfair. Think of it like the gold rush, okay? Everybody's going for the gold. And you ended up with scrap. And you got sort of pushed into the back of the line when everybody ran to grab the gold. That's more of what it was like. And that doesn't mean that, I mean, unless your self-worth is defined by your... So you can't let your self-worth be defined by how much gold you got, alright, during the gold rush. Because there's a lot of people who didn't get gold during the gold rush who really wanted gold during the gold rush. And maybe the reason why is because you were trying to play fair or something. Maybe you weren't looking for the most effective strategy in the moment. Maybe you were more of like a long-term kind of person. You're thinking about sustainability and the environment and shit, right? You can also think of it like, you know, energy. There are people who run after environmentally unsustainable methods but are able to get a profit because, well, they have the actual oil, and the oil actually has like a worth, it has a value, and they're able to get money from that oil still, regardless of how they got that oil. And that's the nature of the metagame, okay? And that is why you were probably made fun of. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Probably. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.